Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Disney Adult Podcast brought to you by childless millennials. My name is Drake.
And I'm Tristan.
And we're your hosts of the Laughin Place Podcast.
If you're ready to laugh along with some Disney adults, as Drake just called it, get ready, buckle up, and let's enjoy the ride together.
Do you know that that's actually like cringe now? Somebody told me that. They were like...
Buckle up?
No, they told me that Disney adults are like America's new ick. They're like cringe. And I have something to say about that.
Okay.
If you think that Disney adults are cringe, please keep that energy. Keep it, please, because what we need is people to exit the parks.
Yes.
And stop buying everything. If it's cringe, don't go.
Okay.
That's all I have to say about it.
But that's probably also coming from the weirdos who are waving wands at Universal. Again, I'm coming after Universal again, but those are the same people who are probably wearing the freaking Harry Potter scarves and stuff at Universal and riding the Hulk and all this junk.
Yeah, they can go there.
They can go there.
Because I'm not going there.
No, I'm going to Disney.
I need you guys to exit our park if you think we're cringe.
Okay, but what's the cringe about it? That we like going to Disney?
I don't know.
That we might be healing our inner child?
Whenever I got into Disney, and you got into Disney, it was not mainstream.
No.
And suddenly, out of nowhere, everybody wanted to be a Disney fan. Everybody was like, oh, I'm a Disney freak.
Right.
This or that, right? Well, now it's reverted to being cringe. And so we need... There's... The parks are at capacity daily.
Yeah. So leave, people.
Please think it's cringy.
Please.
I'm begging you.
Yeah.
Cringe.
Disney
Cringe harder.
Disney can do without your money. They have enough.
I think I've ranted enough on that.
Did somebody say something to you, like in a Walmart or like on the side of the street? Were you wearing Mickey ears at a Payless or something? And
it's like a TikTok thing.
Oh, I don't have TikTok. I don't have TikTok. I'm better than everybody, and I watch my stuff on Instagram Reels.
Fair enough.
A month later.
Well, what do you think? You know, let's get into some news.
Okay, yeah. Let's get into the topics of our podcast.
I'm sorry for ranting.
It's okay. If they're listening to this, they probably feel the same way.
So, Tristan, huge week on news, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we've got so many topics here. This is going to be a good conversation. Let's just jump right into it. Let's go with our day in Disney history.
Yeah.
Do you want to start or you want me to start?
You can start.
Okay, I'll go first. My day in Disney history, I'll tell you why I picked it after. Ella Enchanted, the original soundtrack. The soundtrack to the movie, Ella Enchanted, is released by Hollywood Records. The album features, get ready for this, Kelly Clarkson, Jesse McCartney, and Raven-Symoné. Anne Hathaway, the star of the film, performs 3 songs on the album, including one duet with Jesse McCartney. The film would later be released on April 9th of 2004.
And today being April 6th.
Correct. Today is April 6th.
The day of our recording.
Yes. And so the reason I picked this is because all of the artists that they stated in there feels like my entire childhood.
Oh, 100%.
I was reading through, some days, this day in history topics, and I saw that when I came across it, and I was like, I got to.
It's the most 2004 list of people you can grab.
Precisely.
Fun fact about Jesse McCartney, he's also the voice of Theodore in Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I never actually knew that.
Blew your mind, right?
Yes.
It's amazing what technology can do.
Much higher pitch.
Yeah. It's amazing what technology can do.
What's your day in Disney history today? April 6th.
April 6th. So my day in Disney history goes back to 1947.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago.
That's a long time ago, fella. So
what do we got?
This day in Disney history, April 6, 1947, actor John Ratzenberger Pixar's good luck charm, quote unquote, is born in Bridgeport, Connecticut. So, if you don't already know who this man is,
You should.
you should, and you've heard his voice without a doubt. If you're a Disney fan, you've heard his voice. Let me just give you a little bit, because his list of voiceovers is a mile long.
Wasn't there a time that he was like in every Pixar movie?
Yes. Like, I'm showing Drake the list right now. It's unending long. So, he plays Ham. He's the voice of Ham in all of the Toy Story films from 95 to 2019. He's Ham, the beloved piggy bank from Toy Story.
You heard a reference to him in our last episode.
You sure did. Again, huge Toy Story fan.
Go back and listen to that.
Go back and listen to the pilot episode. Also, there goes my cough. He plays P.T. Flea, the circus ringleader, who is also a flea, in A Bug's Life. Now, another movie that is huge in my childhood.
Hugely unappreciated.
It
too.
is. It really is. The amount of people who tell me they haven't seen it breaks my heart. So he also plays the abominable snowman in Monsters Inc. in 2001, and then he comes back in Monsters University in 2013 and reprises his role. He was also the School of Moonfish in Finding Nemo.
Great role.
He is the Underminer in both the Incredibles movies. He's Mac, the truck in the Cars films.
I didn't realize he was Mac.
He is Mac. Mac, I ain't no Mac. I'm a Peterbilt. If you don't get that reference, go back and watch Cars.
All three of them.
Yeah, all three. He's Mustafa the waiter in Ratatouille. I think that's the one who killed somebody with his thumb.
Probably.
I killed a man with this thumb. He's John in WALL-E. Tom the construction worker in Up.
Oh, man. Do you know what, Tom? I have strong feelings about Tom.
Do you know what you did?
You're taking away.
You're taking this old man's house away.
Let him die. Just let him die.
Let him die in peace.
And then you can have his land.
His wife is gone.
He doesn't have any kids. He doesn't have any heirs.
No.
No one's gonna inherit this land. Let him die. He's old.
He just wants to die in his house in sadness. Let him be. A few more. He's Gordon the guard in Brave. Fritz in Inside Out. Earl the Velociraptor in The Good Dinosaur.
Nice.
Mind you, I'm getting into the 20-teens, 2020s. This man was born in 1947.
He's got a lot of coffee mugs.
Yes, he does. He was Juan Ortodonisha in Coco. Fenwick the construction worker in Onward. And that's just a small list, and that's just his Pixar Disney films. And a fun quote by John is, find people who share your values and you'll conquer the world together.
Wow.
Wow.
That's inspiring.
Yeah, it is. I want to go take out some Disney haters now.
Absolutely. They're the cringe ones.
They're the cringe ones.
You surround yourself with people who have the same values as you.
And you'll conquer the world together. Brought to you by Ham the Piggy Bank himself. And that is my day in Disney history.
Excellent. All right. Wow. Look at me pulling a Tristan.
I had asthma. You'll probably hear that excuse a lot.
All right. Big news. Breaking news. You probably heard it here first. Honestly, we're a top news source in this business.
Tippity top.
And so I'm hoping that you're hearing it here first.
This is straight from the mouth of the mouse himself.
Correct. Annual passes are set to return to Walt Disney World. This has been long awaited. As most of you know, annual passes went away with COVID. COVID came, shut the parks down, annual passes never returned. And so we'll reference this a few times in the podcast, there was an annual shareholder call on Tuesday, I believe it was, where Bob Iger basically said, hey, look, the Premier Pass, which was the annual pass for Disney World and Disneyland, you could visit both parks on that pass. He basically said, hey, it's not going to return. He didn't say anything about all the other annual passes.
Right.
He just said, the Premier Pass isn't coming back. There's not enough demand for it. You know, it's expensive. Nobody really wants it. Nobody was buying it. So we're not going to have that one come back. And much to our surprise, today, we got notification that on April 13th, if you're a DVC member, you'll get to purchase
Disney Vacation Club.
Yes. If you're a Disney Vacation Club member, you will be able to purchase the Sorcerer Pass, which is the Disney Vacation Club exclusive annual pass.
That's magical.
Correct. But what's even better is if you're not a Disney Vacation Club member, on April the 20th, you will be able to purchase the Incredipass.
Oh, the Incredipass?
The Incredipass.
Oh my, I want that.
I'm buying it.
I want the Incredipass.
I'm literally getting it.
Because I want to pass by people and go, hey, have you seen my Incredipass? Have them confused and then just walk off.
Correct. They'll never know.
They'll never know.
Those scrubs don't know anything about annual passes.
Those scrubs. Those swine.
So I once again reached into my bag of tricks, pulled out some pictures of pricing differences.
Okay.
So I got some pre-COVID prices. I got what the prices are going to be coming up. So for the new passes, we've got the Incredipass, which is the anybody can get it pass.
That is an incredible pass.
I wish that this podcast showed faces. We're probably gonna get into that at some point. We're gonna get a YouTube channel for this, I'm sure. the face that Tristan made.
Again,
Priceless.
Disney adult child at heart.
So, the Incredipass, which is the all guests are eligible. There's no blackout dates. Pre-COVID, it was $1,299.
Okay.
Now it's taking a $100 hike, so it's a $1,399.
Okay, and what hasn't gone up in price?
Right.
You know?
We're inflating the heck out of the U.S. dollar right now.
Yeah.
So, Incredipass, $13.99, not $13.99, $1,399. And I did some calculations on my Texas Instruments calculator, and found out that it would take 2 trips that I have currently planned. I have a trip planned for my honeymoon, and it would take. That's right. It would take 2 of those trips to pay for an Incredipass, and so that's. I pay for 2 trips. I get unlimited weekends. So we're certainly going to be upping our pass.
And that's annual.
Yes, annual pass.
Okay. That's not a bad deal.
It's really not. Not at all. It would probably take, like, if you go for 3 days, it would probably take 3 trips to pay for it.
Right.
But the trip that I'm doing is a 4-day trip. So, yeah. The Sorcerer Pass, which is the Disney Vacation Club and Florida resident exclusive, is it was previously $899, and it took a slight hike to $969. Not quite a $100 hike, but close to it. There's some other passes, the Pirate Pass, the Pixie Pass, and those are significantly less expensive. Pirate Pass was $699 pre-COVID. Now it's $749, and that is a Florida resident only.
Okay.
And it has blackout days, including peak and holiday periods. And then you got the Pixie Pass, which is the Florida residents, but it's like only a weekday pass. And so the Pixie Pass is $399, and it has blackout days, and you can only go like Monday through Friday. So,
yeah, those don't have nearly as cool as names as the top two.
Right, yeah. If you're not getting the Incredipass,
Yeah.
don't even say what pass you have.
Yeah,
Not even worth it.
not even worth it.
You guys hear my dog, right? She wants to get in here and like jump on all the equipment, and I'm not going to let her do that. So, moving right along. Tristan, you want to take this one?
Sure. So Happily Ever After returns to the Magic Kingdom to an astounding crowd. 50th anniversary is officially over, and Epcot Forever returns. Harmonious is officially gone. I actually saw a video today. They're actually taking out the Harmonious barges as we speak, or the taco barges, as some people refer to them as. And a lot of people are having mixed emotions about it. Seeing one thing come back and see Harmonious going away. So Drake, what's your take on this?
So, I will say, I'll tackle Happily Ever After first.
Okay.
You know, I was a major Wishes fan. Wishes was my show. You know, whenever you hear the kids start singing on that track, you know, they start singing the soundtrack, and it just brings tears to your eyes. I don't know what it is about it. I'm a grown man, and I cry every time.
It's 2023. We're allowed to cry now.
Yeah, no doubt. So there's something about it that just it's just one of those timeless shows. And so whenever Happily Ever After was brought in, I was skeptical. I didn't want to like it because I liked Wishes so much, and I wanted to be the guy that was, you know, oh, I hate this show because it replaced my show.
Yeah, it's not the old show. Back in my day, you don't know what you're talking about, Sonny. Yeah.
But I loved it.
Yeah?
I loved it. Happily Ever After it's probably the best fireworks show that Disney has ever done.
I've heard that quite a bit.
Through the song, the lighting, the projection mapping, the fireworks themselves. See, for me, like, to have a good fireworks show, it's more like those things. The fireworks don't really do it for me. I don't know why.
Oh, fireworks are fireworks.
Right. They're great. They go boom in the sky. It's fantastic.
Right, they're pretty.
But if there's not a good show attached, if I can't see something going on in the castle, or, you know, the lights, the music is massive because that's what pulls your emotions. That's why I liked Wishes so much. But I mean, Happily Ever After is top tier.
It is, and it's sang beautifully.
Right, Jordan Fisher.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with Jordan Fisher.
Angie K, I think, is the woman who sings on it.
I believe so.
Just fantastic. And so, whenever Disney... Okay, so they started the 50th anniversary.
Right.
And whenever Disney Enchantment came in, I kind of expected it to be awesome, fantastic. Like, it was 50th anniversary, new show.
Should be bigger than life.
Happily Ever After was so good that this had to be great. And it just wasn't. It fell flat.
Oh, wow.
And it fell flat with the community, and I think that it was agreeably not... It wasn't Happily Ever After.
Yeah, it was underwhelming
to
what we're used to.
I'm not going to say it was a terrible show. Like, it was a fireworks show at Disney. It was good. But it wasn't Happily Ever After, and it wasn't better, so people were upset about that. And so that was a big push to get Happily Ever After back, and it came back. So Happily Ever After returns, and then Harmonious. Mm-hmm. Harmonious is probably the most, like, contradictory show that's ever been done. You have half of your people that love it.
Yeah.
You got half the people that hate it. And the people who hate it because of the barges.
Mm-hmm.
The taco barges and the star ring, all the stuff in the middle. And it blocks your view on the lake from, seeing across countries, seeing what was Future World, Spaceship Earth, all that. And so it wasn't liked by a lot of people.
Yeah.
And so Epcot Forever was kind of like it was the tribute to the Epcot lover. The people who have been Epcot fans from day one. Back to the beginning of Figment with the Dreamfinder, back to Universe of Energy, Food Rocks, all that, the old Epcot.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what Epcot Forever was. It was a love letter to those people. And so whenever everybody hated Harmonious, I think there was discussions of like, what do we do now?
Right.
We spent all this money on these barges and on creating the show, and people hate it.
Yeah.
And they know that that's a risk whenever they go into it, right?
Yeah, and of course, Disney fans, Disney World fans, I will say, we're not cringe, but we'll find something to complain about.
We're quick to hate things.
Especially change. Like, I can't tell you how many people I heard, including my beautiful, amazing fiance, hated the castle when it changed. I love it.
I think it looks great. It's time for it to go back. But
I don't know. I think it should stay forever.
It looked great for the celebration, I will say. But I was a fan of the 25th anniversary birthday cake castles. So
yeah, and so
everybody hated that one.
Well, yeah, people hate change, and so people are going to find something to complain about when Harmonious goes away. Half of the people are going to complain that Harmonious isn't there anymore. Disney fans will find a reason to be fickle.
Right. So Epcot Forever returns temporarily, only as a substitute for the new show that's coming. They've already announced that it's going to be an all completely new show. They're getting rid of the barges, like you said. They're already working on deconstruction.
Yeah, as of today, they're still taking them down.
Yeah, there's like a man lift, a JLG lift, on the big ring in the middle. And I'm like, why wouldn't you take that backstage and dismantle it? Why are you doing that in the middle of the lake? Like,
yeah,
I feel like there's probably plenty of stage backstage to do that. But not my business. It's gone, so I'm interested to see what will be replacing it after Epcot Forever, of course.
Speaking of cranes, our favorite tree in the ride that this podcast is named after is currently being taken out by crane as we speak.
That's right.
The Splash Mountain tree is being taken out. It was originally going to be kept in the concept of Tiana's Bayou Adventure, but now Disney Imagineers have decided that it has to go.
It doesn't fit.
It doesn't fit.
Yeah.
And so everybody's second favorite Disney tree is going away.
What's the first favorite?
I'd say the Tree of Life.
Okay. I wasn't sure
Animal
if you were
Kingdom?
going with Swiss Family Treehouse.
No, the reason being is a lot of hardcore Disney fans kind of skip around it.
Yeah.
It's like, I've done it.
Right.
Let me go ride Tron Light Cycle now.
Yep. So I will say this. As a Louisiana native, I am skeptical as all get out of Tiana's Bayou Adventure. The name itself sucks.
Yeah.
Terrible name.
They could have done a little bit more with that.
Yeah, it just feels like it was lazy. It was not creative at all. But that's beyond the thing. I saw pictures of the concept and the model that they had at D23. It looks beautiful, especially at night.
Yeah,
with
and
the cypress trees and all.
Yeah, and Tiana deserves it.
She does deserve her own ride.
She deserves her own ride. The
And
whole movie in itself finally gets its own attraction. And it's a great movie. I mean, especially for us down here, we quote it all the time.
Absolutely.
Especially stuff like, go to bed, you from Shreveport?
So, Ray is a great character.
The best character.
Love Ray.
My fiance Molly dressed up as him for Halloween, this past Halloween.
Nice.
At a party. And it was hilarious. She actually just got a Loungefly from Disney while she was on spring break. It came in the mail, and it's the Ray Loungefly, and the bottom pocket of the Loungefly is Ray's butt, and it glows in the dark.
Nice.
Isn't it?
I need to see that one. I love the look of the Loungeflies.
Yeah.
They all look fantastic.
I can't pull it off.
Of course not. Right.
But
it's like Spirit jerseys. I wish that I could wear a Spirit jersey because I love all of them.
yeah.
But I don't. It's not like my style.
Right.
I'm not going to say it's like not for dudes, right?
Right.
But it's not me.
Here's the thing. You have to wear the clothes. You can't let the clothes wear you. So in your mind, you have to say, I'm pulling this off, and then not think about it.
That's inspirational. You know that?
I stole that from another podcaster who's a comic. I stole that from Chris D'Elia. But that wasn't an original thought of mine.
But you know what? Screw it. I'm buying a Spirit jersey, and I'm freaking wearing it.
Yes. Do it.
I'm going to do it.
And I'm going to buy a Disney fanny pack as we speak.
That'll be nice.
That would be nice.
Keep your wallet in there.
Yep.
Your keys.
Yep.
You never lose them.
It'll go with my perfect shirt that I love to wear to Disney that says I pooped at Disney World.
Nice. You got to get you like a bucket hat too, though.
I have a bucket hat. I have an assortment of bucket hats.
I never knew you to be a bucket hat guy.
I'm a bucket hat guy, especially when I had my long hair and I went through I thought I was a surfer phase. I bought a bunch of bucket hats because that's who I was. And now I just have an array of bucket hats that need to be worn during the summer.
Nice.
I love a good bucket hat. I don't have a Disney one yet. But what else happened in Disney news this week, Drake?
Man, okay, so we talked about Happily Ever After,
Right.
Epcot Forever. So Enchantment is leaving, Harmonious is leaving. It's spring break. It's a lot, man. There's a lot of people in the parks right now.
Yeah.
It's probably you wouldn't catch me dead in the parks right now. The amount of people that are in there,
No.
and all the stuff that's happening. The 50th is over.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people are just flooding in.
Yeah.
And so with that, we're seeing Genie Plus has sold out 4 days in a row.
That is ridiculous.
And it has also reached a new high of $35 per person.
And the highest it's been since before that was 29, right?
Correct.
It had never broken into the 30s until today.
Right.
Wow.
It has to do with, crowd levels, projected crowd levels, and the peak time. I mean, like I said, it's spring break.
Right.
And literally, I mean, I didn't even mention Tron is open.
Yeah.
Everything is happening right now. And so, like I said earlier, if you think Disney is cringe, please keep that energy and
leave
and stop, because
and stop.
Because like seriously, I mean, $39 a person is a lot whenever you have a big group, and
Goodness, yeah.
people are selling it out before the park even opens.
Oh, wow.
It's a lot, man. So so that's what's going on with Genie Plus. I mean, good luck, right? Good luck getting it. And I know I mentioned it too. Tron's
officially open. Tron Light Cycle.
Right. So
and
the soft opening is open.
Yep.
Over with. The soft opening is over with.
Yeah.
And people are getting they're getting their virtual queues.
Yep.
They're buying their individual lightning lanes, and they're going ride.
I saw the store is open too for.
Yes. So there's
what's it called? The Rocket Shop or something? The launch.
It's Tomorrowland.
Tomorrowland launch something.
Yeah,
They're selling all the Tron merchandise.
100% recall the name, but it's the old Space Mountain merchandise shop, and so with that, if you want to get in there, you have to do something. You can't. It's not just open.
No.
right? For anybody to go in, you have to make a reservation for this thing where you create your own, like, okay, so I just watched the first Tron movie. I've never seen Tron Legacy yet.
And that's the only Tron I've seen.
But when I watched Tron, the 1982 version, all the people in the computer world were like programs. They were all programs.
Right.
And is it like that in Tron Legacy?
Yeah, pretty much. They get kind of like put into a video game.
Okay, so you get to in my, I don't know what Disney's calling it right now, but you get to basically put yourself as a program, an action figure program.
Right.
So like it's got face recognition, voice. You can record lines from the movie.
Cool. Yeah, they put you in like a little sound area and you read lines from the movie and record your own voice into the action figure.
It's pretty cool.
Isn't it?
So in order to get in there, you have to make a reservation to do that. And I think it's was it $75 or something?
Yeah, it was $75 per person.
Yeah. Because you have to buy the action figure and all to go with it. But there is another merch shop, if you're interested, in the old Stitch's Great Escape.
Yes.
And it's just got like shirts and hats. It's got the cool like light cycle handlebars and all that good stuff.
I did see they're limiting right now for each merchandise item. They're limiting to $2 items per person.
Interesting.
They're trying to something about trying to keep people from the people who buy and then resell.
eBay.
Yes.
And all that.
Yeah. So 2 items per person for everything in the shop.
Yeah, that makes sense. You know what I was thinking about too, though, is like I was telling Morgan this whenever I was watching Tron, and she was just like not watching it. She was watching whatever on her phone, TikToks or this or whatever. But my house is about to blow up. Sorry, guys.
Smart home.
I told her that there's going to be like Tron stands that go to the store.
Oh man.
And they're going to be like, I have to have everything. I'm not that Tron person. I just didn't watch the movies at all. Like I'm only watching the movies because they made a ride out of it.
Exactly. Now the ride, I'm extremely excited for.
I'm ready.
As a race car driver myself, anything that entails adrenaline or speed or anything of that nature, especially on something that's supposed to be like on 2 wheels that I can't fall off of, I'm super excited for. The only thing that's kind of you got to watch right now is if you are in the parks, if you are going to go get in the queues and ride it right now on its opening, you have to go in, you have to set up your queue, your virtual queue, and once they're ready for you to board the ride, as of right now, from what I'm hearing, it's a 2.5 hour wait after you get in line.
Really?
Yeah, so not only are you having to get up probably at the butt crack of dawn to get into the virtual queue right now, and we expect that
7 o'clock. It opens up at 7 o'clock.
So butt crack of dawn.
Super early.
Super early for some people.
Especially when you're us.
Yeah, well, for some people. That's like kind of normal for me. Like when
that's early for me.
So
especially on vacation.
Yeah, see, I like to get up earlier on vacation because I like to spend as much time awake and soaking things in as I can.
That's fair.
So and that's to be expected with any new Disney ride. Like when Rise of the Resistance came out, when we went last year or in 2021, me and my fiance's family, we all went to Disney World, and Rise of the Resistance was fairly new. So we had to get into the virtual queue, and I was the first one up. We had to be up at, I think the virtual queue, I think it opened at 6:30. So
it was probably earlier then.
Yeah, it was earlier then because it was new. So I remember getting up at 5:30, kind of waiting by everybody. Okay, this is going to sound creepy, but I was like waiting by the bedroom doors, making sure everybody was going to get up in time so they could get in. I am a kid on Christmas. I still get up at like 5 a.m. on Christmas. I'm like, Merry Christmas, everybody. And everybody's like, dude. Santa came. Santa came. Everybody's going, dude, it's too early for this crap.
It's never too early, first off.
No, the sun's going to come up. We're wasting time. But yeah, so that's it.
I got to play with my dang on toys.
I got to play on with my dang on toys. And my coffee mugs from Toy Story.
And your snakes in your boots.
And my snake. I got to play with my snake in my boot. But that's to be expected with any new Disney ride. And I'm really I've seen that this ride might be a little short. It's like a 1.5-minute ride. But I'm super excited to get on something that's motorcycle shaped. And I'm ready for it. I'm ready to try it out.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I just like Guardians of the Galaxy with this ride, I have completely ignored watching any videos, on ride videos, anything like that. Specifically because I want my first experience to be on ride.
Yeah, pure.
And so I've ignored any of those things. And it's hard because, especially on like opening day, everybody was like, "Ooh, look at the ride I'm riding" on YouTube.
There's
the famous
so much
like
footage
bloggers
of it
and
now.
stuff.
Yeah.
And so I've ignored that. I'm excited to see what it's going to be.
Oh yeah. So this last piece of news, Drake, I thought this was fake. And to come to find out that this is realistic news, and I'll let you cue it in, but I have mixed emotions. You want to tell the folks what that is?
Yeah, so on the same call that I told you about earlier with the annual passes.
The meeting that we were a part of.
Yeah, we were
there.
They called us personally.
Yeah, they called us. They wanted our opinions.
So the annual shareholder call, I'm just going to stop real quick. I'm drinking some Dope Whip from Port Orleans. Shout out to my boys Kevin, Lee, Danny, and Eli over at the Magic Our Way podcast for putting me onto this. Good old Port Orleans. It's good stuff.
And you heard him right. It's Dope Whip, it's a Dole Whip flavored beer. Is that right?
Yes, it's got pineapple soft serve mixed in with it. It's fantastic taste. Love Dope Whip. So back to Moana, right? So on the annual shareholder call, Dwayne The Rock Johnson made an announcement that Moana was getting a live action remake, and he would reprise his role. And Alii Carvalho, she's the actress who played Moana, will also be reprising her role.
Thank goodness.
So we've got Moana and Maui both coming back for this live action remake of Moana, and I personally am here for it. I know a lot of people are upset about it because, Disney has a thing where everything that's an animated hit gets made into live action, and it doesn't have to, right?
Right.
It can live just where it was, and this is probably the soonest from animation to live action that's happened. Since this whole thing kind of started.
Right. And I have two things that I just need done. I need Dwayne The Rock Johnson to have the Maui hair, and I need him to be even bigger than he already is. And two, Disney, cast me as Hey Hey the chicken. Cast me as Hey Hey the stupid chicken. I will rock the role.
So you'll be Hey Hey, I'll be Pooh the pig.
Yes.
And the movie is practically sold out at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, we have had 57 downloads on this podcast since we started this thing.
Going viral.
I mean, we had one episode and we've hit 57 downloads. Man,
we've made it. Cast us.
Give us our stardom, Disney.
Are you ready? Here's my audition. Ready? The best line in the movie.
Who could say no?
Who can
deny
me? Who can deny me of my role of Hey?
I don't think it's possible.
I don't think so. Unless you have an authentic chicken who can do it better. In that case, I'll tip my hat to the chicken.
fair. Tristan, are
Yes,
you ready
Drake.
to walk down Main Street?
I am so ready to walk down Main Street, USA. Every day of my life.
It's time for our Main Street topic.
Yeah, so introduce what our Main Street topic is this week.
So I texted Tristan, and I asked him if he wanted to do some Armchair Imagineering.
Is that the actual term for it? Or did you come up with that?
No, I did not come up with that.
Oh,
It's
man.
kind of like it's kind of a YouTuber industry thing. Like people have come up with it, and it's a thing. So whenever you want to change something that Disney did or put something new, they call it Armchair Imagineering. And so I texted and I said, "Hey, do you want to do some of that?" And your reply was,
Yes. Heck to the yes.
so immediately, my first thought was, let's just see, like, if we could put any ride anywhere in the parks.
Or attraction, right? Not necessarily just a ride.
Right.
Okay.
Any attraction anywhere in the park, where would it be and why? Quickly, this got out of hand for both of us.
Yeah, so when you first introduced this to me, I was under the impression we were just going to do like one. And then if you know me and Drake, we either don't do anything or we go overboard. So Drake sends me this paragraph of stuff he's changed at Disney World that he's going to tell you about now. And I instantly had to up my game.
Yeah, so I'll kind of just jump into mine real quick. I want to jump back.
There's nothing real quick about what you have to offer here. This is lengthy in detail. I'm surprised you don't have a 3D model of the whole deal printed out for me.
No, I didn't do all that. So my take on Armchair Imagineering kind of started at D23 this year.
Okay.
There was a big discussion on what are we going to do with Dino Land USA in Animal Kingdom. So we got rid of Triceratops Spin. I'm sorry, we did not get rid of that. We got rid of Primeval Whirl.
Here I am taking your word for it. Like, yep, Triceratops Spin is gone.
Yeah, no. I'm about 4 beers in, so hang with me.
Disney adults.
We got rid of Primeval Whirl, and the land is just kind of like there.
Yeah.
What is there to do? Triceratops Spin? Okay, cool. There's a gift shop? Cool. There's some carnival event things that you can do? Whatever.
Cool.
Cool. We got to do something with this spot.
Yeah.
Now, it's kind of contradictory because Dinosaur is one of the most beloved attractions in all of Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
It's got a major following. People love it.
Almost a cult following, if you will.
Pretty much. And so, what do we do with Dinosaur? And I thought about this long and hard, and I'm going to get to it later, but I want to make this clear from the beginning. If you look in the logo of Animal Kingdom, you've got a dinosaur, you've got a dragon, you've got some like elephants and like real animals. And then whenever you walk into Animal Kingdom and on the 3 different entrances, you've got a elephant head in the middle, you've got a dinosaur on the right. I think it's like a Triceratops. Don't quote me on that. On the right-hand side. But on the left-hand side, you've got a dragon head. So from the logo and the entrance of the park, we know that this park is not only about the animals that exist now. It's about the animals in the past, the animals now, and how we can serve them. And
The animals of the future?
not quite the future, but like animals of fantasy.
Okay.
Right? And so we've got animals of fantasy in like Pandora
Yep.
with the Banshees and
Yeah.
all that. We've got the Yeti. There was a dragon scene on It was like a riverboat tour through Animal Kingdom.
Okay.
We had one dinosaur area.
Yeah.
And dinosaur ride in that area was like it. And so now we're talking about getting rid of one whole third of what this park stands for. And so how do you keep that, right? I'll get to that later. Hold on to that into your back pocket.
Put a pin in it.
But I'm about to blow your mind.
Uh-oh.
Dinoland, USA. The carnival park.
Yeah.
My proposition? Level it.
Oh, take it down.
Make it dirt.
Ooh.
Get rid of it. And here's why. You've got Asia and you've got Africa. You also have Pandora and you also have Discovery Island. That's all. But you've got the continents of Asia and Africa already. Why not have Australia?
Yeah, it has a lot of unique animals that you don't see anywhere else. Where's Australia, guys?
So we're going to throw Australia right where Dinoland USA currently sits.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is because you've already got the theater that holds the Finding Nemo the musical, literally right next door.
Right.
It's
Set
between
in Sydney, Australia.
Right, and it's right between Asia and where Australia would be. So it's right there on the way. So you've already got that part of Australia tackled. And in another park, we've got, in Disneyland Paris, we have what's called Crush's Coaster, which is, it's just like it sounds. It's Crush
Right.
in roller coaster form. Let's build a Crush's Coaster
Crush coaster. I like it.
right next to the theater where Finding Nemo is. So you've got that. And then why not have like a spinner ride, kind of like Triceratops Spin is.
Right.
Like Dumbo, all
for
that
the
good
kids.
stuff. For the kids, just put like some marsupial that lives in Australia. I don't care what it is. Some
marsupial.
four-legged marsupial. I don't care which one it
Right.
is. It could be an anteater for all that. Do those live in Australia? I don't know.
Probably. It's a dingo.
There's enough animals that you can in Australia.
The dingo dance.
There you go.
Boom.
You got it. You've already helped me solidify my point. And then I recommend having like a walk around area.
Yeah.
Kind of, not so far as like the safari. Kilimanjaro safaris should stay how it is. But if you recall, there's that like walk through Gorilla Falls where
Yeah,
you can go
yeah.
see like a whole bunch of different animals. Put one there. You already have kangaroos in Animal Kingdom on the Discovery Island trails. So
Right.
relocate them to Australia. Put some other down under animals. Do you come from a land down under? Well, you get to go in our new Australia area.
Drake. And the food cart sells bloomin' onions.
Dude. That's a really... Okay. Adding that to my list.
Rewind. I'm going to edit this out and make it sound like I came up with it.
Can we also put... Can we purchase the rights to Steve Irwin and have Steve Irwin in Australia? A little bit like an Australia Zoo section?
Like his voice or the dead corpse of Steve Irwin?
I'm talking about his like IP.
His likeness? Okay.
Yeah. Let's get some Steve Irwin IP in Australia. And so you're probably, at the beginning of this you're thinking, well, Drake, Nemo's already in the parks. Mm-hmm. He's at Epcot. Mm-hmm. In the living seas. What do you do with that? Mm-hmm. Well, I'll tell you what you do with that.
You gonna tell us?
You close it.
Oh.
And why do you close it?
Why?
Because you're in the last steps of opening Moana's Journey of Water in Epcot. You're already right there.
Yeah.
So, with that said, you've already got a reason to have a Moana attraction.
Right.
Replace Finding Nemo in Epcot with Moana. Put Nemo in Animal Kingdom. Crush's Coaster. You've already got the musical. You're set. Now, let's get back to what I was talking earlier. What do you do with dinosaur? You have to have dinosaurs in the park.
Yeah. It's a fan favorite.
So, to that I say, you can keep dinosaur.
Oh.
Keep it. However, the Dino Institute has moved their location to Australia. And the Dino Institute, the new lead, is Chris Hemsworth.
Ooh.
He's the new lead of the Dino Institute that is relocated to Australia. Leave dinosaur alone. Change the intro. Put Chris Hemsworth in there. You got your Australian. You're good to go.
And watch the Disney moms flock.
Absolutely.
And some of us Disney dudes.
Bring your hip boots. Because it's going to get deep.
It's going to get
in that
deep.
pre-show. So that's my pitch.
That's your pitch?
That's my pitch.
Wow, that's we're gonna be hot pissed when all of a sudden some of these rides start popping up at Disney World. We're like, how did they get this?
Yeah, pay me.
We thought about it first. Disney's like, nothing you can do about it. Okay, so I went a million different routes with this at first. To tell you one of my plans that I scrapped away, I made a plan for when Disney World owns everything, including like the World Wrestling Entertainment Organization. And I made this whole theme park section in my head where it's Disney meets wrestling. But I quickly trashed that because two more ideas for attraction refurbishments came to my mind, and I thought they were much better. So first off, everybody knows Test Track, sponsored by Chevrolet. We're retheming that. We're gutting it from the inside out. We're changing Test Track as a whole.
This better be good. People are going to hate you for this.
That's okay. Because the concept overall of Test Track is going to kind of stay the same. But we need a new track. The track's getting predictable. The whole theme of you build your own car is going to stay. But we're retheming. We're going to retheme it to Mickey's Roadster Coaster. So, loosely based on the hit kids TV show Mickey's Roadster Racers.
Yep.
The theme is Pete is the record setter of the Mickey Roadster Coaster. Your job is to build your own Mickey Roadster Coaster Roadster to beat Pete's record. And so, if you look at Mickey Roadster cars, they're actually pretty cool. And I think, personally, they're much cooler than what they have at Test Track. Like, Goofy's car is a bathtub with a big motor sticking out of it. Donald's car is a boat, because he's a little sailor. And so, it's almost like if Toontown was back. And it meets with Test Track. And you get to see how fast your little combination is. And it almost has a Mario Kart feel to it. So you pick the wheels. You pick whether it's a bathtub, or whether it's a boat car, or whether it's just a hot rod like Mickey's car, or whether it's a cute little bow car like Minnie's. The options are almost limited. And because it's Mickey themed, you can probably charge more, Disney. And so you're not taking away the speed. You're taking away the ugly little test car that Chevrolet puts out every year that is god-awful in my opinion. And you're making it fun again. So that's one idea that I have. Mickey's Roadster Coaster. The name writes itself. Now, I need to preface my second one, because we're going to get a little dark. I, in no way, am making fun of real life loss of life in any way, shape, form, or fashion. That is a very serious matter, and I would never joke about somebody losing a loved one. However, I am going to joke about fictional death. We are retheming the Hall of Presidents into the Hall of Dead Disney Parents.
I can't wait to hear this one.
So, there's a lot of issues in and out of a Hall of Presidents. They all have their dark past. They all have, the things that you either love about a president or hate about a president. But how many people actually go there? When there's a whole section of Disney characters that, one, will never have their own rides, they'll never have their own merchandise, and they'll never see the television or movie screen again. Why? Because they're dead. And their parents, at that, they have birthed a hero in these cases, like Tarzan's parents, who might also be Anna and Elsa's parents. That's neither here or there. We'll do a conspiracy episode. Lilo's parents. Hello? Without them, there is no Lilo. Who else? The parents of Cinderella. Mufasa from Lion King. He's dead.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Bambi's mom. And we never even meet Bambi's dad. Belle's mom. None of these people will ever get their own movie. Ariel's mother. I think she pops up in the second movie.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it. So I think we need to bring some appreciation in kind of a dark manner. And it's also poking fun at Disney because they love to kill off parents and make heroes out of orphans. And so I think we need to draw some attention to these people who have been lost in history. You never even meet Lilo's parents. Let's take the Hunchback of Notre Dame for example. His mom literally gets murdered in the very beginning of the movie. Her head gets slammed into stairs and dies within the first 5 minutes of the movie. And you never see her again.
Would have been pretty cool to meet her.
It would have been cool to meet her. And where's his dad? We don't know. And poor Bruce from Finding Nemo. He never met his father. And
I never knew my
father. And that's why he wants to eat fish and kill animals.
But fish are friends. They're not food.
But that's why he has an internal battle. It's because he never knew his father. What if we can give Bruce his father? Think about it. Think about going into a room and seeing Tiana's father, who taught her how to make gumbo and beignets, who inspired her dream of one day having her own restaurant and her own ride at Disney World. Remy's mom from Ratatouille. Never meet her. I bet she was a lovely, lovely rat. Chicken Little's mom. Mama Chicken Little. Never meet her. And
Chicken Mama.
Cooking Mama. All of these so I did some research. Drake, there's over 30 Disney parents mentioned or seen in movies that have died. Disney has a theme. Disney loves to kill off parents. Let's bring some recognition to these people. Let's take away the presidents. Been there, done that.
Yeah, 46 times.
46 times. Let's do some dead Disney parents. And why that might be a little dark, understandable. Haunted Mansion has some dark elements to it.
There's 999 happy haunts.
They are. But there's also a guy hanging from the frickin' ceiling.
There is.
I mean...
You can always do it my way.
Yeah. And the implication is, guess what? Now you're dead. We bring children into this. Now let's bring them into almost a Hall of Fame thing. Where it's like, oh, Mom, Dad, who's that guy? Who's that lady? Well, see, here's the thing. Son, child, daughter, child, whoever you are.
Bruce's father.
Disney loves to kill parents. That is the parent of this person. Show them some appreciation. Right? and I'll get off of my soapbox. Aladdin. Aladdin's parents. Gone. Dead. Leave him to be a street rat orphan. Now, mind you, he does become a prince in the end. But I can...
Riff-raff. Street rat.
I don't like that. The Fox and the Hound.
Where are their parents?
Where are their parents?
They
get adopted.
Right.
And the Jungle Book, Mowgli. Mowgli has to go into the jungle and be an orphan and be raised by Baloo the bear. Where are his parents? I'll tell you where his parents are. They are at the Hall of Dead Disney Parents. Brought to you by your local funeral parlor.
Brought to you by the Osceola County Coroner.
But, and that's not to make light of death in any sense, but you have to admit, Disney kills off parents. Like, they have a theme of it. Quickly. And it's not like it's the old Disney movies. No, they killed off the parents in Good Dinosaur. Frozen. These aren't new movies. I mean, these aren't old movies. These are new movies. And we're still killing people's parents. And it's not like you keep adding presidents to the Hall of Presidents every time there's an election. You can easily, another Disney princess who lost their mom and dad, put them in.
And not to mention, there's always conflict when you add a new president.
Always.
People literally said that they would not go to see the Hall of Presidents.
Yeah.
Because Donald Trump was in it.
Right.
And you got the same response because of Joe Biden.
Right.
Let's just nip that in the bud.
Nip it in the bud.
Disney doesn't have to be political.
No.
It can be a fun place for everybody to have a great time.
And remember the fictional dead.
I like this idea.
I love this idea. When it came to me, because I started thinking, and I was listening to another Disney podcast about movies and such, and I was thinking, and it was like an epiphany. It was like a light bulb, like pink, like the Pixar lamp jumped on my head.
Ouch.
All right? And so...
those letters get so abused.
They really do, especially the eye. That poor eye.
Fella.
Also, he could be in the Hall of Dead Disney Parents. That eye never pops back up.
He doesn't.
He's dead. The eye in Pixar is dead. Put him in. And even if you don't have to have characters for these people. Do the wax figures like you do for the Hall of Presidents, and then do a little write up on them. They all have history, you know.
Give us a little insight.
Give us a little insight of these people who, without them, there would be no Disney heroes.
Right. Like where did Ohana means family and family means no one gets left behind come from?
Right.
Like what made them instill that into their children? What trauma in their past made them think like, hey, my kids need to know that family, it will always be family and nobody gets left behind.
Even if we both die.
Right. No, it's a good idea. I like that.
Right. It's a crazy good idea. I mean, I don't know. It's dark when you first say the Hall of Dead Disney
Where's
Parents.
Andy's dad?
Yeah. Okay. So I have a theory that he is not dead. That Andy's mom is just a strong single mom, and his dad is a deadbeat cowboy, and that's his connection to the cowboy theme that he loves with Woody.
Ah, he likes the cowboy.
And maybe that the cowboy hat that Andy wears all the time is the only remaining thing he knows about his dad.
Damn, man.
That's my theory. That's not a true Disney theory. That's my theory.
You came up with that by yourself?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I have a lot of time on my hands at work to think about this.
You are a Toy Story fan, though.
I am a Toy Story fan. And also, we'll put Andy's mom and she's not dead, but we'll put her in another section because we'll do another hall for the single moms of Disney.
Hell yeah.
And single dads of Disney who raised their kids by themselves without a partner to help.
Marlon.
A separate wing. Marlon. Yeah, dead Disney mom. Look at that. She makes it into the hall. gets eaten by a freaking fish. Another
barracuda.
Fish. A barracuda. Barracuda. She gets eaten by a barracuda. Oh, wait, they're not parents, but they're dead. I was thinking about all the fish eggs.
Oh, yeah. Dead fish brothers and sisters.
Dead fish brothers and sisters. We'll have to open up another wing for dead siblings. But the amount of parents to siblings ratio is huge. So, to recap, and I'll get off...
Who's the brother from Big Hero 6? I can't recall his name.
I can't remember his name. But that's the thing. Like, siblings, they sometimes die in Disney movies. But parents, they're always gone. And that tragedy is what our heroes are usually birthed out of.
Tadashi.
Tadashi.
Tadashi?
Tadashi or Tadashi?
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 Tadaishi?
Tadai? Tadaishi? Oh, Disney, you're dark. But...
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Also, I had this quick idea for like a Disney shoot 'em up game. You know how you have the Woody's, the Toy Story Mania?
Yep.
Where you shoot the pew pew. I want to take something like that and make it where you can take out your favorite Disney villains. Make it point based. Don't make it violent. But make them like targets. You get so many points for knocking down Claude Frollo. So many points for knocking down Hades. And if you hit a Disney prince or princess or good character, negative points.
I'm taking out Hans of the Southern Isles.
Oh, 100%. I'm taking down Hans, and I'm shooting Frollo as many times as I can.
Oh, yeah.
I'm also a big Hunchback of Notre Dame fan, if you can't tell. Oh, and that frickin' barracuda that ate Marlon's wife. That made him a single father.
The barracuda, honestly, it can be violent. With the barracuda, it's on site.
Yeah, I want a fish hook for him. But that's so. To conclude, my actual two were Mickey's Roadster Coaster, retheming Test Track into a fun race for the whole family, and the Hall of Dead Disney Parents.
Nice. Good ideas. Very
Thanks.
good ideas.
And also for you, you rethemed half of a park. So kudos to you and all the deep thought that went into that.
Thank you. And I rethemed a ride at Epcot unexpectedly, completely.
Oh, that was off the top of the dome? Just now?
Do what?
Was that off the top of the... You just thought about that as you were talking? Or you
No.
I
came up with that.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant that came up organically while you were talking about it.
Oh, no. I just... Whenever I started this project,
I
was like, okay, wait, but there's Nemo already represented.
Right.
Just get rid of it. Moana.
Right. And see...
She's already coming.
Yeah. See, that can happen. I don't know if we'll ever get the Hall of Dead Disney Parents. One can dream. One can dream.
Unless you're dead. You know, Tristan, it's getting kind of dark outside.
Right?
Starting to see some clouds come in. I think it's time for a lightning lane. Nice.
Thank you.
Did you bring any lightning lanes to this?
Did I bring any lightning lanes to this?
I've got one.
I don't think I did.
All right. I've got one lightning lane.
Okay.
I'll jump on it real quick.
Okay.
Magic Band Plus is coming to the Disney Cruise Line in the form of Disney Band Plus.
Okay.
They're like changing the name of it. It's still Magic Band Plus.
It's no Incredipass, but okay.
But it's Disney Band Plus? I don't know. It's the Disney Cruise Line version. You can use the same band.
Okay.
Use it as your key to your room. Use it to pay for things. Use it to scan for pictures. All the things that you use Magic Band for already.
As long as I can open my door with it, I don't need it to do anything else. As long as I can beep into the park and then magically open my door with it, I don't care what else it does.
I don't need anything else. I'll leave everything back at the room.
Right. Unless somebody else's card is on it, then it becomes especially magical.
Absolutely. Especially my mom's.
Or my father-in-law's.
That's a good card.
That's a good card. That's a good Magic Band.
So anyway, yeah, that's what's coming to Disney Cruise Line. And actually, I think it's going to be active for my honeymoon cruise.
Honeymoon cruise.
Honeymoon cruise.
Would you say that your honeymoon cruise might turn into a jungle cruise? Because it might get wild.
You know what? It's gonna get really wild in the bayou.
In the bayou.
Yeah, there's a bayou bar on the Disney Wish.
Really?
Yeah, it's themed to Tiana. It's pretty good. You got beignets.
Go to bed. You from Shreveport? Go to bed.
Hell yeah. Well, with that, this has been the Laughin Place podcast.
Hopefully you got some laughs in this place of this podcast. We sure enjoyed making this episode for you. And follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Drake, what are those handles?
You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at the little @ sign, the Laughin Place Pod. That's LAUGHIN Place Pod. We don't use no G's.
No G's,
Louisiana.
because we're laughing.
We're
not laughing.
Correct.
And let us know what you thought of this episode. Let us know what your armchair imagineering ideas would be, what you would change. And let us know what you thought of our wacky ideas. And if I missed any dead Disney parents.
Thank you for listening to this week's edition of the Laughin Place podcast. We'll see you next week for episode 3.
Watch out for snakes in your boots, partners.